even get
pool
that
last
low.
night.
What's that?
I
The
reached out
lowest
to
I'm
the
gonna say.
Muppet pool last night to see if we can get him on the show.
Muppet pool?
Yeah, the guy that's got the Muppet of Deadpool.
I didn't.
The
I'm
Deadpool
unfamiliar.
Muppet. He's on TikTok.
He's on the tick and the talk.
Yeah, I sent him an Instagram message because you can't message people on TikTok unless they're already your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
Just get him to be your friend.
I was rolling through TikTok and he was live. I was like, oh, this dude's live. He's like, oh, hey, look, there's the media virus. I was like, yeah, you want to come on the podcast? He's like, yeah, send me a message. All right. On your count, sir.
I'm having a hard time figuring out what's going on.
Okay.
Just being honest.
You got it, and we'll do the show.
I might be asking a little too much. No, we are live because I just got a notification.
Yeah. We've been live for a few minutes now.
All right, cool. So apparently we're going.
Wait, so Connie and Dre, they're not coming on tonight?
Haven't heard from them yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, is that the lag? I can hear myself. Ugh,
it's 8:41, so I don't. Yeah, that's it. It's time to go.
Let's do this.
All right.
All right.
I'm shutting.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, look at me. I'm Sandra D. EAD. The world mourns the loss of Olivia Newton-John. A wise doctor once told me to eat cheesecake. It was her contention that fat people are harder to kidnap, and it seems to have worked out for a Dover teen this week. The Weather Channel apologizes for a racist slur during the local on the 8s in Des Moines, Iowa. Do they even have a NASCAR track in Iowa? All this, more news, tipsy tarot, and some inside poop on the Wilmington indie movie scene on this, the 92nd episode of the Media Virus Podcast. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us. With executive producer Mike Latoris. We'll do an intro, we'll do an outro, and then do our wrap. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
And the Scorpion Goddess.
I'm a Scorpio with secretive. I just don't say a lot of shit.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Maddie Rockdeath.
I had no, but I was, I kind of wanted to, and I.
Hot damn, do we have a fucking show for you people this week? I am Maddie Rockdeath. Welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I had the monologue up on the screen, but now it's gone. And sharing is the important part. Please, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell guys on the street, tell everybody that you can. I'm just going to get right into the introductions. The Reverend and Professor Mike Latoris is the executive producer of this program. How you doing, Mike?
Good evening. I'm doing pretty good tonight. I think I have a good show put together for everybody.
Oh, I guarantee you do. That's what you do there, Mike.
Thank you.
And joining us this week is our metaphysical fitness expert, the Scorpion Goddess, Juliet Everett. How you doing, Juliet?
I'm actually doing good this week. I'm excited for this full moon we have tomorrow.
Oh, the full moon tomorrow. What's you gonna howl at it?
Oh hell yeah! I already started howling.
You already started howling at the moon just because it's like 1 degree before full.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so, yeah, dude, I was
You what?
My wife came home from work yesterday, and I was like, "Babe, I got some bad news." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "She's the one that's dead. She is dead now." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Olivia Newton-John died." because we sing that song. It's funny to us.
Right.
It's an inside joke, so you know it's really only funny to her. What's good, Mike?
Well, that's right, folks. On Monday, we lost Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John, the angelic Australian singer who forged a hopelessly devoted following with her chart-topping hits Physical, Have You Never Been Mellow, and You're the One That I Want. Her Grease duet with John Travolta has died. She was 73.
Let's get physical, physical. She cannot get physical because she's dead. Sorry.
Newton-John died Monday morning at her ranch in Southern California. Her husband, John Easterling, announced on Facebook. Olivia has been a symbol of triumphs and hope for over 30 years, sharing her journey with breast cancer, he wrote. Her healing inspiration and pioneering experience with plant medicine continues with the Olivia Newton-John Foundation Fund, dedicated to researching plant medicine and cancer. Born in England and raised in Melbourne, Newton-John was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 1992, and she announced in May of 2017, after 25 years after 25 years in remission, that the disease had spread to her lower back. The singer in August 2018 canceled 2 tour dates just 3 weeks after announcing it. She was to reminisce about her career with an interview in Melbourne and Sydney. Country pop and soft rock sensation in the 1970s and 80s with Girl Next Door appeal, Newton-John sold more than 100 million albums and had nearly 40 entries on the Billboard Hot 100 during her 5 decades in music. Her popularity, however, reached another plateau after she was hired to play Rydell High School girl Sandy Olsen opposite Travolta as Danny Zuko in Grease in 1978, Paramount's adaptation of the musical that had bowed on Broadway in 1972 and would run for nearly 3,400 performances during its original run. The actress to star opposite 23-year-old Travolta, producer Alan Carr considered Carrie Fisher, that was before Star Wars had been released, Deborah Raffin, Susan Day, Marie Osmond before he encountered Newton-John, then 29, at a dinner party hosted by singer Helen Reddy. Her previous movie, the little-seen English sci-fi flick Tomorrow from 1970, had been a failure, and that had Newton-John wary.
What was the movie?
Go ahead.
There was some movie. It's fucking Mike. There was some movie, and I remember. All I remember is this dude like walking around in the desert, and at the end of the movie, he's like walking through the desert, and then he like hits like this big like glass wall, and he's like pounding on the wall, and then like inside the wall is like this fucking city, and then it just and then there's creepy music, and then it ends. What movie is that? Quick.
I don't know.
Hurry up.
There's a guy banging on a wall.
It's a glass wall, though. That's the thing. And he's in the desert. And he's in the desert, and he just walks into a fucking glass wall, and he starts banging. He doesn't see inside the glass wall.
Wasn't that an episode on the Twilight Zone?
I don't fucking know. I was 6 years old and probably drunk. I don't know.
Was it black? 6 and drunk? Was it in black and white? I think it was the Twilight Zone.
It was not in black and white. I remember it being in a strange, like a sepia tone. Like anytime you ever watch a movie that's supposed to be set in Mexico.
I know sepia.
Okay. All right. That was supposed to be funny. If you ever go to Mexico, it's all sepia tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not coming up with anything, man.
I think it's an episode of Twilight Zone. I think it is. We should Google Twilight Zone desert glass guy and see what comes up.
It may be 1953, The Glass Wall.
Oh. It looked a little bit more futuristic than that, because I've always wanted to we should make a 1950s space movie.
Okay.
With really bad effects and like just like big blinking lights and dials and shit. Remember like how like the future looked in 1950?
Yeah.
Like everything.
And spaceships that come along like this.
Yes.
You can see the wires.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey.
We could probably do
We can pull that off.
we could probably do most of it on Zoom.
Yeah.
Just make the background on Zoom, like make it look like we're like if we're next to like if we were right next to each other on a side by side. Hang on.
We should enter it in a Sundance film afterwards.
Yeah, we'll put it in con.
We can do all the film festivals. You can submit to all of them. It's a matter of whether they take you. You know, Big Daddy's with us.
Is he trying to like? He's Big Daddy. Both Big Daddy and the doctor have joined us, but are muted. So
Yay!
I don't know if they've been.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. Narrowly avoiding hitting deer.
Yo, it's getting that time of year, man. It's August and September is mating season. They don't give a shit about anything except for pussy, just like you.
Exactly. So, my hands are exhausted. My knuckles are soft and bruised.
Well, from beating off?
I'm gonna have to what? From hitting deer.
You volunteered.
From hitting. Oh, you're committing violence upon deer, is what you're.
Exactly.
Is what
have to ice up these knuckles.
Okay. All right. Well, it's better than hitting women.
I don't use a car.
You just go around punching deer.
I just punch deer in the fucking face.
Dude, I'll never forget this one time. Is one situation where it was back when I was married before. I used to drive this Thunderbird. It was probably 2000. It was before 2002 because we didn't have kids. Or we didn't know where
I was in 2002.
I don't really care. But where I was
7th grade.
Hey, remember when I said I didn't care?
The audience cares.
Yeah. Okay. That was awesome. Thanks. It was 7th grade. Go ahead, Mike. What's the next story?
Yeah. So there was an Amber Alert here in Delaware yesterday.
Is the kid okay?
Well, she was 17.
Yes. She was 17. Missing girl from Dover has been found. Okay. But as you heard there in the top 3, people who are big aren't so easy to kidnap.
Yeah. So you guys, I got to remove the spotlights.
And
a developing story tonight. The Weather Channel is apologizing for a photo released from a viewer of the Weather Channel's Local on the 8s, sharing this photo you're about to see. It's a graphic on Thursday.
I won't.
The Weather Channel's cable network's Local on the 8s in Des Moines.
That's not this story. That's the next story. Shut up.
The Weather Channel reports
it's a great day.
As soon as it was aware.
Go mute.
In a Facebook post saying, quote, "This did not originate with us,
stop.
And we are in the process of investigating it further. We apologize to our viewers."
We apologize to our viewers as well.
I think Mike went mute until he figured that out. Big Daddy, still with us there, guy? What's going on?
Still with you. I can give backing to the idea that it is very difficult to kidnap big girls. This is why I exclusively switched over from big girls to small women for all of the 2-month span back in the late 90s so that they could fit in the minivan. However, going back to the big girls doesn't work as well.
Just remember, girls, stay safe, eat cake.
That's right. That's the best way to do it.
Or, you know,
I have been a big girl my whole life, and I have never been kidnapped.
See, and so the Amber Alert hit me, and what pissed me off. This is what pissed me off. Here it is. This is what pissed me off. You want to know what pissed me off? This is what pissed me off.
I think
is that I was wearing fucking headphones when the fucking Amber Alert came in. So I had to tear the fucking headphones off. I go, holy shit, and I'm reading this Amber Alert, and it says 17 years old, 5'4", 250 pounds. I'm like, what? That doesn't make it. I'm like, fat people don't get fucking kidnapped. And as soon as I went and researched the story, we were they had found her like at a friend's house eating a box of chocolate chip cookies.
Nice.
Good girl. See?
So
stay safe, eat cake.
That's the moral of the story, guys.
Stay safe, eat cake.
But I guess the mom tried to call and she didn't answer the phone. So you have to blow out my fucking ears.
Well,
but there's things there would have been a different kind of alert, because Amber Alerts, they have certain credentials, like they have to know the make and model of the vehicle.
Do you think I don't know how to fucking read?
So like, was she?
Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me that I fucking the thing I took the fucking headphones off my fucking, and then I looked at my phone, and I am so fucking stupid that I didn't see Amber Alert. It said Amber Alert. It said Amber Alert because she was under 17.
Like, we love you.
To be fair.
Sorry. What happened?
I think the full moon is getting to Maddie. She kind of had a.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Were you saying something else?
I was. Yeah. I also read the Amber Alert as soon as it came in, and I was suspicious right away because they said she was last seen with a black male in a little car with Alaska tags.
Okay, see, there's the vehicle.
I'm like, hello? When was the last time you saw a black guy in Alaska?
Yeah, if you ever see a black guy in Alaska, something went drastically wrong.
And he doesn't have Alaska tags. He's like, oh, shit, I made a wrong turn.
We have a good sense of direction. When we sense that the white population is above a certain threshold, we stop.
Fair.
That's why you don't see me in Mississippi, Alabama.
But there are some racists in Des Moines.
Some racists.
No, you're telling me there's racists in Des Moines?
Des Moines, Iowa. I didn't even know there was a NASCAR track in Des Moines.
How could there not be?
Well, I mean, racist NASCAR. Not that NASCAR fans are racist, but it's never.
That many more people, you're going to have a NASCAR track.
I changed a word in the headline from racial to racist so I could make the NASCAR joke, honestly. But the Weather Channel has apologized after Iowa's Local on the 8's broadcast showed an offensive racial slur in the middle of the weather report.
Uh-huh.
As pointed out by journalist Matthew Keys on Twitter, the graphic accidentally made it on the air in Des Moines, Iowa last week.
Accidentally.
The graphic read, "Hello, Des Moines. This is your weather, my N-words."
Oh my.
And it always makes it worse to me to with the hard R. And it was R. It was N, everything's blanked out, R.
Ouch.
There it is. Local on the 8th. That was on TV.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Weather Channel. At 9:13 p.m.
It's not even funny. Like, it's funny that it made it. That's funny. But it's not like there's no, like, if the whole background was just like a faded, like somebody had taken a dick pic, removed the background and just like, and changed the opacity. So it was just like a really faint penis in the background. That would have been hilarious. What do you think, Big Daddy? What's funnier?
Who said it?
Wait, what's funnier between what and what?
Racist and dick pics.
If done right, racism.
Always. Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Black penis. Would that make it funnier?
Listen, ain't nothing funny about black penis. Black penis that's serious business.
I mean, like, I thought we would like it the best of both worlds, right?
Listen, I know you don't know much about that, but black penis serious business.
If you say so. Oh, hey, that reminds me. Call back to an earlier episode. Juliet, you were going to attempt fabbing.
Oh.
And
I never actually did it.
You did. Oh, so wait. Are you telling me that you have some kind of problem with getting your vaginal fluid and spreading it on yourself for some reason?
Are you telling me you're concerned about my pussy?
Well, no, but for the show, you were going to listen.
You sound very interested.
I'm not necessarily interested in your particular, pussy. But it's What? But it's the what's the word I'm looking for? The scientific exploration of whether or not. I feel like your husband always wants to,
Help you vap.
Sniff your vajinga.
Yeah.
I can say he definitely does.
Yeah. So I don't think you are the best like candidate because you're probably always getting inundated with, he wants what he wants, and he wants you. I like your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Right? This is awesome. I've never seen Maddie visually and verbally squirm.
I like making him uncomfortable.
Not hard. Just make me sit down for any amount of time. What's the next story, Mike?
The next story will be our fourth one this week, and it's your follow-up to your niece's death that we reported on back on episode 90. There's a GoFundMe that we're going to promote a little bit here.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. By the way, still unsolved. There's no suspects or anything. There's a big shock there, but my family is struggling a little bit to raise the funds for, my sister is basically already raising, kids, has raised kids, is raising kids, and, needs to come up with money too. So they've started a GoFundMe. And I was very honored, flattered. I don't know how you would put it, but the video they did link episode 90 of the Media Virus podcast in the description of
I see it,
of the GoFundMe. So we've gotten a couple of anonymous donations, and it's growing. And I want to thank everybody that has donated and is going to donate in the future. We're trying to get a goal of $3,000. If you recall, Marianne Carducci was struck and killed 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday morning, technically Monday evening, depending on how late you party. Was the person who struck her basically never stopped, went up to where they could accomplished a U-turn, drove back, had enough time to stop right where she was hit, had enough time to look. This is all on Ring security camera, and drove away. So that person, I hope to God your guilt eats you alive and you eat a fucking bullet. That's what I hope. I hope that you spend the rest of your shit life drinking yourself into oblivion, and then you put a hole the size of a fucking baseball in the back of your fucking head. That's what I hope. But anybody who wants to contribute can go to the GoFundMe and do that.
And I'm going to make sure that we get a link to that in the description of.
Yes, we'll definitely
this episode.
Thank you.
I
will also make sure that the link.
Until the goal is met, I'll make sure that there's links out there and everything that we do.
Yeah, so people can share it, spread awareness, and those who can financially fund definitely should.
I think it's about time for me to pick up the phone and call the Miami-Dade Police Department, find out who's in charge, and just let them know that someone else is paying attention. And you know what? I might not be able to make a whole lot of noise, but I can make some. And it might not get everywhere, but it'll get somewhere. And I just want to know who I need to pick a fight with. That's all I need to know. And if I need to pick a fight with the Miami-Dade Police Department, I'm happy to fucking do that. And anybody who doesn't have my back in that can.
Do they have a web presence? I mean, we should just fight them on the Facebook.
We could. I'm gonna look at. I'm not one for starting a bunch of shit, and I'm not one for being real. Oh wait, I like.
Wait a minute.
I like start. Oh, dude, I had so much fucking fun today. This was the best thing. So I'm on Pennsylvania Route 420, and I'm at a light, and I would say I'm 8 or 9 deep to the light. And where I am, I'm in the middle lane, which is a straight line. There's a right turn lane. There's a left turn lane. Okay.
Right.
On my right is a big fucking gas station. On my left is a CVS.
Okay.
Okay. To my right, there's nobody making a left, or to my left, there's nobody making a left. To my right, there is somebody making a right. Okay. The light's been red. I'm sitting there. I'm about 10 in line. And the green light kind of goes. And this fucking jerk off decides to come out of the gas station to my left, pull straight up, squeeze the gap. The asshole in front of me moves up. He squeezes the gap because the entrance to the CVS is over here. The problem is there's a car in the way. He can't accomplish this.
So he stops.
So he stopped. He is stopped in front of me. He can't move, and and he's ass into the next lane.
Right.
I'm sitting there. I'm watching this happen. As soon as it turned green, I fucking laid on the horn, and I just stayed there. And he's just like, and he is freaking out at me. He's like, and he's trying to get, and the woman, like, and the woman in the car blocking the lane pulls up. Okay, and I'm still. So he puts his ass right in front of my car. He puts his car in park. He gets out.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I got all the windows down. I am blaring Fun-Loving Criminals. As well as I have not let off the horn. He is getting out of his there is no It is.
I don't have a continuous horn.
It is one constant. I am giving him the finger. And fuck you. Because here's what you could have done. Hang on a second. Here's what that cock-sucking piece of shit could have done. He could have gone out the other exit of the gas station. He could have made a fucking right. Went through the light that was green and made another right. It would have been easier. But now my question is, how important was the fucking trip to CVS if you could stop and get out and fight me? It was so fucking important for you to get out in front of me and wave your fucking dick. So he's out. I just pull around him. He did a shit job of blocking me in. Right. I just pull around him, and I laughed at him. I was like, ha! As he got back in his fucking car, and then I laughed my ass off the whole way. And then there was a train bridge out, so he caught up to me and kicked the living hell out. No, he didn't. He just went to CVS. What was that?
That was your mic feeding back.
That was my headphones getting too close to the microphone. That's what that was. And that is half. There we go. So, but coming up after this is a bunch of stuff. Oh, what's coming up after this, Mike?
After this, we're going to let's see. We're going to do some more news. I've got some interesting things in more news, and we also have just the tips. And later on in C Block, we're going to do the lesbian DNA update because the girls on TikTok that thought, they might be sisters. They've posted their
that
results.
Bullshit. I forgot about that.
Yep. And then also in C Block, we've got Tipsy Tarot coming up with our Scorpion Goddess telling us what for about the next month.
Well, that's really exciting stuff coming up.
Fucking action packed. I might even tell you a little bit about some of the shit that I did in the Wilmington, Delaware world of indie film over the past weekend.
I'm interested. I didn't even know there was a sound studio around here.
Yeah, neither did I. And wow.
How much does that cost?
I don't know.
We gotta find out.
It not so much a sound studio, but a sound stage.
Yeah.
Like you could build your house inside of it and still live inside of it and have room to walk around and have a fake yard with the AstroTurf like they do on TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you ever watch? There was a show I watched on Netflix. It was called Jane the Virgin.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I didn't watch it.
And the whole premise is her father. Like part of the premise is her father comes back into her life,
Okay.
And she finds out that her father is like this telenovela star. It's a, there's some Hispanic, there's a lot of Hispanic heritage in the show.
Okay.
She wanted to get married in her house, but there was something had happened, like there was a fire or some shit. So the father like built a replica of the house at the soundstage. They had the wedding there. It was a dumb piece of trivia that I decided to interject for no reason.
Okay. Well, if you have a dumb piece of trivia and you want to join us in the B block, you can give us a call 1-646-VIRUS-01. That's 1-646-VIRUS-01. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back right after this.
You guys are so witty. I wish I was witty.